Hsing-ay Hsu, and welcome to the Find Your Flow Masterclass. I want to start by thanking Sujatri and James at Klavierhaus for making this event possible, hosting us here. And we've been working for the past few weeks on how to find your energy flow during a performance while you're playing and adjusting to what you're actually hearing in the acoustics and within yourself and how the music is proceeding in real time. So today we are excited to have our participants perform, and then we'll talk a little bit about what was happening while you were playing and also what we are doing to prepare to get into that flow. So first up is Gabe. So Gabe, tell us what your pre-performance routine is.
So I've boiled it down to 3 words. Breathe, so remember to breathe. Shoulders, I carry a lot of tension in my shoulders, so I consciously relax them. And then alignment, to be sure that I'm sort of in line to address the piano, I guess is the way to put it.
What are you aligning?
Me.
From where to where are you aligned?
From slouchy to,
Great. Okay. So you're thinking your spine, I think.
Right? Spine.
Okay.
I think primarily spine. So.
And putting your spine at rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So tell us what you're playing.
I'm playing the Bach Prelude and Fugue in G minor from Book 2 of the Well-Tempered Clavier.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Great. How did that feel?
Good. Little.
Very tentative.
The breathe. Well, yeah. Well, forgot my breathing about halfway through. I'm like, I'm losing oxygen.
Yeah, that's quite normal, actually.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Were you able to slow down enough to enjoy the sound that you were hearing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. So that means that you're really connected with the feedback that you're getting in the moment. Let's talk about the layers of information that we have going on. So there's the broad layer of where are the hypermeasures, the groups that create the phrasing, right? And then there's also like a larger overall shape of beginning to end, where's my climax, and how am I going to get the audience to that final note? How are we going to arrive? And then there's like the micro layer inside, which is this like constant pulsation of for 3/4. You guys ever use that thing on the metronome that has the 16th pulses? Does anyone ever use that? So instead of having like 60 boom boom, it goes. You know what I'm talking about? Actually, it's I wouldn't recommend it for too much, but as a source of information, do it once in a while to get the idea of how time goes on, whether we're with it or not. And it's really interesting because it informs me sometime of when I'm wanting to push or pull, and I want to make sure it's always intentional and not just convenient. But also, there's power in that. There's power in this going like forward at such a steady pace all the time, and then we can play around with that. So I think that I'd love to maybe explore a little bit of how we can harness that layer. I love the layer of your dynamics and your color changes. I think that really came out well. And I love the larger shapes. And so I think maybe we can explore the underlayer. So let's take a look at, you want to go to the prelude first, I guess? So for instance, let's see, measure 5. So remind us, measure 5, if you can just play that rhythmically. I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Just starting right down here.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, now compare that with your measure 1 where you come in and you're bum, ba bum, ba bum, and it's super, super strict, and there's a lot of severity, austerity that I think is really exciting. Can you do that the same way that you did your measure 1?
So measure 5 again?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now, tell me about the intention of your dynamics.
Well, I'm so measure 5 is an arrival point, and I'm trying to bring the dynamic back down to piano to build to the next real arrival point in measure 9.
Yeah, and I think what's challenging for us is to differentiate between things like dynamics and rhythm. Mm-hmm. So we want the rhythmic power, but isn't it more exciting to have the rhythmic power but subdued?
Okay.
Yeah, great. Okay, let's hear that one more time. Okay, was that as subdued as you want? No. Okay, do it the way you hear it in your head. Okay, all right, how relaxed are you right now? Okay. So for instance, on the long notes, we can use a breath to, use a balloon to make something like a little fuller. Bum, ba bum, da 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 da. Okay, now play it as quietly as possible. Even less. Okay, all right, so that's our level 1. That's choice number 1. Choice number 2, slightly more present. Okay, choice number 3, the way you did it before. Okay, which one felt true?
I think the middle one.
The middle one felt true.
A little, yeah.
Okay.
A little, not as quiet as possible.
Okay, so now that you have found your different options and have chosen number 2, let's start from the opening and then let's do number 2. Yeah, perfect. You know what? You got tons of nods out there. I'm sure on the live screen too, you guys are nodding at home, right? Yeah, because that was like so clear what you're feeling or what you're thinking is. That's so exciting. Yeah, so exciting to hear your intentions. Now, let's go back to this inner pulse thing. So I'm feeling much more of the rhythmic power, but every downbeat, you take a slight hair of time. And I wonder if that's because, are you trying to relax?
Yeah. Yes.
Are you thinking every downbeat I should breathe?
Yeah, but also because every downbeat is a resolution of a dissonance, so I'm kind of, but right. I maybe shouldn't delay it necessarily every time.
So differentiating between the harmonic tension and release with the pacing of time. We differentiate everything and then we put it back together the way we want. So I'm going to just help you feel a little bit of the first downbeats, because actually I should ask you this, what are we losing when you feel the resolution of each bar with time? What are we losing?
Oh,
why would I care about this?
The flow.
The flow! Yeah, the flow. The flow, because you want to take us all the way to measure 5. And for us to get there without being like, oh, look, squirrel. You want us to be with you through each of the measure changes. Okay, so let's do it, and I'll try to keep you on track on the resolution. Yeah, so even there, your right hand, ba-bum, ba-bum, that's a beginning, not an ending, right? So even though your left hand has resolved, your right hand comes in, da-dum, da-dum, without any hesitation. So it was that A, it was the second note that was a little too nice. Okay, all right, one more time. very good. Did you feel a difference?
Yeah.
Okay. Some of those notes and the one and can be even more like just straight. But it was like such a huge difference just in terms of the larger phrase that you really got us to measure 5. Now measure 5, that high note, da-dum, ba-dum, that E flat, I think you can enjoy that for a split second because you've taken us to the arrival point. And then also just to give us a chance to hear how beautiful that sound is, just sonically. Can you just take us from here? Da-dum, ba-dum. Yeah, something like that. Do you feel like you got to, okay, you worked so hard to get us there. Now it's okay to be nice. Yeah, cool. Now, how is your body feeling right now with all this intensity? Are you able to find calm while you're doing it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Some.
So, yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
we have to have some tension
Right.
in our fingers always. But I want to take us to a place of tension, real tension here, measure 15. So that was a place where it was tense musically, but I was feeling like you had some tension going on. So is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of it is execution
Okay.
of that. There's some challenging reaches and voicing.
What is challenging about it? Can you tell us?
It's holding in the measure before. It's holding the high F while playing the inner voice. And then
Which you do beautifully.
okay, well,
So
okay.
okay. So
And
what is
then-
the hard part?
Well, and then also the trill again while holding the. Yeah, I mean, it's a little crabby.
What makes it hard to do the trill?
Because where I'm coming from, it ends up a 4/3 trill. I guess is the bottom line.
It's a 4/3 trill.
4/3.
You're trilling with 4/3. Oh, that does sound hard.
It's a little. Yeah.
Yeah,
a little
can I
harder.
sit down and
Yeah,
try
yeah,
it?
okay.
And that's the only way to reach. How about 5/3?
Yeah, that would okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see if that's.
Well, how
Takes some
many?
getting.
How many notes do you want? It's nice to
Plenty.
decide. It's nice to decide before you go on stage.
8.
Wow. Really? Do you want a slower tempo? That's a lot.
Okay.
I mean, do
could
we
slow it down a little bit.
do we need 8? Is the question. How many do you actually need?
I haven't thought about reducing to the bare minimum. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yes, I always tell people to maximize. So I understand what you're wanting.
Yeah.
But I also think that when I think about maximizing this, I feel like I want the flow to maximize. And somehow these little details are distracting you from giving us that energy of da-dum, ba-dum. Like, I just sang 4, and I felt like that was plenty for this tempo that you're giving us. I feel like 4 is enough.
Okay.
But you're giving da-dum, and then, like, the energy that goes forward rather than feeling tight.
Okay.
So let's see what happens. And why are you slowing down?
Because I was thinking about only doing 4 notes.
That made you so relaxed.
I
It was
was
so
so relaxed,
comfortable. Okay. So without slowing down, because we want the rhythmic. Good. Okay. How did that feel?
better.
Did you feel like you were compromising because I was making you?
No, I don't think, I don't think it was necessary to, I think that's better.
Okay. So the other thing is your stretch with holding the F just does feel tight. So can I try that? So one thing is you can let go a little bit by using this. And nobody said it has to be legato, right? Which is kind of how you were doing it before. So take away the legato and feel the arm. And then you can break after. Yeah, ba-bam, ba-bam. Yeah, if you were playing a harpsichord, which is all he had, you would break. Yeah. And it gives it more texture. So I think it's a win-win. Okay. All right, good. So we solved the tension there. Let's go to the inner pulse of the fugue now. So for instance, let's see, measure 11. Measure 11 is a place where I kind of didn't feel the upbeat. What's a good place?
9.
Okay. Okay, it's fine. It just didn't feel like you had this lilt. I don't think you have to connect to this. Is fine, because I don't think you connected all of them, do you?
I think I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, if you're doing that connection, then let the first one breathe a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So right now it feels a little bit like every note is tight, and one of them should have a little bit of a release. Can we try it again? What makes it hard? You're stretching with 2/5, yeah?
Yeah, it's not too bad a stretch.
Dum, dum, bum. Sorry. So look at my hand. It's very relaxed. Yeah. Yes. Right. That's good. Sometimes I think because the energy is very driven, your hand wants to like mirror that by being muscularly engaged, and then that takes away the ability to flow on, and it kind of like, I think it brings up our sympathetic nervous system, like we got to be really vigilant rather than counter that with this kind of a flow. Let's try one more time. Relax. Yeah, good. Yeah, now you can even relax your elbow just a hair more. So do you mind if I tap your elbow when it comes to that spot? So you let go some energy, you release energy to be available for your flow to take us onward, instead of being like, I gotta super control this. You took us on and be like, hey, I got you, come with me, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, thank you so much, yay. John?